And his ability to shoot the three. Boy, what a tough play.
Oklahoma City, they won 4 in a row. They beat Minnesota Sunday, 116-108. The tip-off is brought to you by Altius. People you like, health insurance you love. Altius. So Mehmet Okur set to jump center against Jeff Green. And the Jazz win the tip, and we are underway. This is the final stretch of the regular season. 5 games remain. Tomorrow night, Houston, and tonight's officials, Bennett Salvatore, Tony Brothers, and Eric Dalen. Matthews trying to feed it down low, and it was off the shoe tops of Boozer, out of bounds, and a turnover on the first possession for Utah. Yeah. Now the Jazz, Booner, 0-3 against Oklahoma City this season.
Yeah, and they'd like to win this basketball game for a number of reasons. Just in case these two teams meet each other in the playoffs, you need to know that you can beat this team.
Jeff Green goes inside, and it's 2-0 Thunder. Green out of Georgetown in his 3rd year, averages 15 points a game. A very young starting 5 of Westbrook, Sefolosha. Kristich is the old man. The 7-footer is 6 years out of Serbia. Then comes Jeff Green in his 3rd season along with Durant, his 3rd year out of Texas. But boy, they have improved in a big way. 25 wins, improvement from a year ago.
Boy, and I think what makes them so great is, boy, they're not only a very good basketball team, but boy, look at that road record. 23-15, equal as they are on at home. They're 4th best in the NBA at this time.
2nd best in the West, behind Dallas, and of course Cleveland and Boston have done a lot of damage this year. Orlando brings up the top 5. But a very good road team, which shows you a lot of maturity at a very early age. Good defense out front. They force CJ to shoot it up short. Booze through his legs, picks it up, and a fresh 24 for Utah. A minute in, Jazz have yet to score. Williams takes it strong to the rack and scores. Darren Williams lowers his shoulder and scores the Utah Jazz first 2.
They're going to have to attack. Look how aggressive the defense is of the Thunder right now. I mean, they are very aggressive. I'd like to see a lot more of those.
And Durant on a step-back jumper, missed it. Boozer inside, up and in. Carlos on the board. He has shot lights out. The last 5, Booze 65% from the floor.
You know, you're looking at a guy that's 56% from the season, but his career 54%. How impressive is that?
Sefolosha bangs it hard off the iron. The rebound is loose and falls into the hands of Boozer. You get that playoff atmosphere already here early. Crowd is very tuned in.
The importance of this ball game, and Darren Williams obviously knows how important it is. You see Westbrook backing up on him here, giving him about 3 or 4 feet. He says, okay, I'll take this 18-footer.
Good to see Darren getting the stroke early. Last 5, just the opposite of Boozer. 44% from the floor, and you know Darren Williams is a much better shooter than those numbers indicate.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Westbrook will shoot 2. And CJ Miles picks up his first and the first team foul. Keys to the night's game brought to you by AT&T. Your world delivered. Keep Durant off the line. Averages 10 free throws a ball game, and you got to pound the ball inside. A kind of a Boozer kind of night. A Paul Millsap, a Memo kind of night.
Absolutely. You hit it right on the head. Make this team defend you in the paint and take away your offense. Take away what you do best and see if they can do it.
Paul Millsap, nearly 12 points a ball game, 54% shooter. We'll see him usually the first man off the bench for Jerry Sloan. Westbrook hammers down 2. Okay, one thing about Oklahoma City, Ron, 3 players in that starting lineup have started all 77.
Yeah, and that's why they're so good. I mean,
only
they have
3 different lineups all season long.
And you throw in the talent. Everyone talks about how young they are. This is a very talented young team, but they've been healthy for the most part all season long.
Jazz with 2 early turnovers. Durant makes him pay. I think it's safe to say Kobe going on to his 14th year next season. This young man, Kevin Durant, could be the next superstar in the Western Conference, and he's going to push LeBron a little bit.
Well, I would agree with you for sure. I mean, Darren Williams, like it when he does that, when he posts up. I mean, just give the defense a different look. I mean, you're the best passer on this team. You know, make them change their defense from time to time.
And Ronnie's got 20 pounds on Westbrook.
Absolutely. I mean, use it.
Nearly 3 minutes in. Green, little hook shot, no follow, off the rim. The ball is loose. Memo quickly on the outlet. He's got Matthews on one wing. Behind the back, tried to hammer it down. It goes out of bounds.
No. Thank you. You know, this is just a play here. You can see the foul for the most part, and it wasn't called, but it was blocked there at the last second by Cephalopoulos. And there's Jaren posting up again. I mean, you just take your time.
Clears it away to CJ, 12 on the shot clock. Westbrook goes 187, Deron 207, dribble drive, baseline, pull up, got it. Deron Williams on fire, 4 buckets, 8 points here in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah,
the Jazz lead by 4.
There's something to making the guy think defense. And the Jazz would like to do that with Durant, but you know, the offense is not geared that way.
Westbrook around the screen by Kristich. Put it up and a foul, and they're going to give that one to Memo. Okur picks up his first and the second team foul. And here's the muscle that belongs to Deron Williams.
Yeah, he just gets in about 5 feet away from the basket. And this is not a tough shot, but it's a very good shot. It's soft, and it stands a chance of going in, even if it's a little short.
Deron has hit all 4 of his shots from the floor. He's dished down an assist in 4 minutes. And free throws again for Westbrook. 4th overall pick out of UCLA back in 2008. And we talk about Deron Williams. He's creeping up at the number 2 assist man in the NBA, but Westbrook's number 7. He's over 8 assists of all game.
He has a solid game. I mean, the thing to do with him is make him shoot the jumper. He's only 42%. But when he's getting to the basket and getting into the paint, he's awfully dangerous.
Booz on that high post, lob it down. They're going to go down low. Williams all night. Memo on the dribble, the drive, hang it up off the
Gotta love it.
Money man, right down the paint.
Craig, you have to love this. Watch how Memo, he catches the basketball and bam, does something with it right away. Nice recovery to Memo, and then you catch Green running at you and you blow right by him. Make the defense collapse and get the defense in a scramble.
Cephalopoulos picked up the foul, his first, and a 3-point play for Memo. Well, what a drive. Memo has started, Ron, since the All-Star break, working his game inside out. And a great example is the Jazz now lead 13-8. Green bangs it off the rim. Memo a rebound, and he'll turn and find Williams. Across midcourt he comes. Deron, Miles, one bounce, double pump, and they're going to wave it away. So a traveling call, 3rd turnover whistled on Utah.
Bennett Salvatore making that call from half court.
So 3 turnovers, 4 points scored by Oklahoma City, and the Thunder have yet to mishandle the basketball here in the early going. Westbrook out front straight away. Durant cut through. CJ Miles has a chore on his hands tonight. Kristich goes baseline. Memo got a piece, but not enough. And the 7-footer from Serbia scores his first 2. (13-10) Utah. As Deron Williams works the wing. Nicely done inside, and Matthews scores his first 2. The rookie from Marquette.
Jazz in his zone.
With a bump by Williams on Westbrook. Westbrook has scored all 4 of his points from the free throw line.
Nope, no zone, sorry.
They go back to the man, right? Ball slapped by Booz. Williams has it. For the quick hands of Carlos Boozer. Deron dials 3, no. Kick it off hard. There's Matthews, leaves it for Memo. Money on the way. Got it! Memo! The fast start the Jazz needed, and a timeout called by Scott Brooks. Memo, what a start for Okur, 6 points. Deron has thrown down 8. Guarded. Memo has kept the ball rolling. An 8-point lead. Memo with a couple of 3-point plays, one from the free throw line, the other from behind the arc, and there's a bump and a foul out front. And what's at stake tonight? A win moves you up to number 2. A loss drops you down to number 5. And Jerry Sloan knows all too well what kind of season it's been. It's been up and it's been down, but a very strong run since the All-Star break.
Yeah, putting Deron Williams in a pick and roll.
The leaner by Westbrook. Boozer another rebound, and the Jazz are out and running with Williams. At the point, left to right hand, dump it down, Memo up and off the rim. Okur has the ball stripped, it goes out of bounds, and the Jazz will have possession and 23 on the shot clock.
Well, Deron Williams is getting to the basket. I mean, it's like his game plan is to penetrate and get it to the basket.
Boozer with 3 rebounds, Memo with 4. On the inbound pass, it's off. Was it kicked?
He was standing out of bounds when the ball touched his leg. Yeah. Well, you would have to say at this point, Wesley Matthews is not doing too bad a job here on Durant. I mean, he's only had a couple of shots.
He's 1 of 2 in 6 minutes on the court. We're halfway through. There's a jump shot up and in.
Awfully tough an assignment there for Matthews at 6'5".
Ronnie's got such great range, and I'll tell you, he's a dead eye from that 15, 17-foot range. And Memo's a dead eye from downtown. Jazz 21, Thunder 12. Memo 9 points in the quarter. Williams with 8.
So that mid-post range here. Now this is where he's dangerous. But right now you're gonna pull up and shoot a jump shot. Nice D.
Matthews got a hand up. There's a turnover. That's number 5 on Utah. And a whistle before the shot. Deron Williams.
This is gonna hurt.
Is foul number 2. That's gonna be Ronnie Price off the bench early, and Deron Williams, you're going to take the hottest shooter besides Memo off the floor because of foul trouble.
Yeah, nice defense there by Wesley Matthews. And you see Deron very intense and very much into this basketball game. Very upset with that second foul.
Paul Millsap will come in. Memo Okur goes out.
This is when the Jazz have to hold serve. I mean, they must maintain
and Westbrook took it right at Price.
Right
early
test. I mean, he's picking him up so far out on the floor. You know, and I just think that's a little too far.
Price has a new hairdo going tonight. Feeds it back out to Matthews. Right to left hand, put it up, and foul shots coming for the rookie from Marquette.
You know, one thing the Jazz are doing right now, you see Memo's gone to the hole, so is Boozer, Deron Williams. Now you see Wesley Matthews going to the hole. Make the Thunder play some D. How about Wesley Matthews? He's leading the team in free throw percentage, isn't he?
Matthews at 82 and change, and right behind him is Memo at 81.3, and Matthews sinks another. And the Jazz on a 23-14 lead under 5 minutes to play. Nick Collison is off the bench. There's a steal off the Price, back to Matthews. Jackknife it up and in.
Now, this is what you learn, Craig, on the fast break. You pass it so you can get it back. Nice job here, and it was the right thing to do. But Matthews gave it up early enough to where the defense had to make a decision, and then it was enough time to get it right back.
Over the top, Green fires it up deep and rattles down the 3. Jeff Green, 5 points. Thunder hitting their first from downtown. The Jazz 2 of 4, both off the hand of Mehmet Okur. Millsap at the free throw line, 12 on the shot. CJ looks inside to Booz. There's a follow away from 19. One passing off the rim. Booz is still down and was held down by Kristich. Westbrook into the front court. Drives on Price, and there's a blocking foul. And Ronnie having some problems with Russell Westbrook.
Well, this is where Westbrook is so dangerous in the open court. Now, they haven't had a chance to put him in that situation in the early part of the ball game. But now with the Jazz missing some shots, he's getting a chance to go coast to coast.
Number 2 team in the NBA from the free throw line, Ron, 80%. And Durant lives there. Averages 10 free throw attempts a ball game. He's averaged over 8 a game against the Utah Jazz in the 3 games prior to tonight. So Westbrook misses his first. One more. And finds the net. So a 7-point quarter for Westbrook. Under 4 minutes to play. First quarter, Boozer straight away, picked up by Collison. Matthews turns the corner, trying to bang it down. Ball is loose and it's picked up. And here comes Jeff Green to Westbrook. Alley-oop it. Oh baby, Durant. When you get him into the open court, watch out.
Yeah, you'd like to see them just smother the outlet pass or find a way to slow that fast break down, because Durant runs the floor and they have 4 guys on the floor that's going to get out on the break and finish.
On the block is Booz, working against Collison. Tries to move his way in. Price out front, free, got it, ripped it. I mean, he ripped the net. And Ronnie scores his first 3 off the bench. Well, you get production from Ronnie Price on the offensive end. That is big for Jerry Sloan. Matthews got a hand up, took it away from another high-flying Kevin Durant. Matthews weaves his way into traffic. Millsap pumps it up and in. Millsap scores his first 2 off the bench. And the Jazz with a 30-point first quarter.
Jazz got a little early offense of their own.
Already 14 points in the paint for the Jazz. That ball is loose and a foul. Tony Brothers with the whistle. And now a time. He's missed 11 of the last 12 with that calf injury. Andrew Bogut, a great former Utah Ute, out for the season with that wicked hand, elbow, and wrist injury. And Chauncey Billups probable with a quad injury. And of course, we'll be keeping an eye on what the Denver Nuggets are all about. But there's Andre about 5:30 this afternoon, working out with Jeff Hornacek. He's got both calves with a compression sleeve on. And Ron, I know the Jazz hope to have him back just prior to playoff time. You'd like to see him have a game or 2 back on the court before the first round.
Yeah, this is a smart thing to do. I mean, just give him complete time to heal. But every time he's come back, it's been that first game back, and he's re-injured, or the strained calf is resurfaced.
Collison drops down a pair of free throws. The Thunder 7 of 8 from the line. The Jazz 3 for 3. Korver on the court with Matthews and Price. Boozer along with Millsap. Carlos wants that ball to go over the top to Millsap. 17-footer straight away, airballed it. And Collison with an easy rebound. Turns and finds Westbrook. Thunder average about 101 points a game. The Jazz at 104. That's 4th best in the NBA. Durant, free throw line jumper, rattles it in and out. That ball is loose. Millsap had a hand on it, still on the ground. Ronnie Price digs it out, and there's Kyle Korver. Oh, the hustle that Jerry Sloan loves so much. Behind the screen, Price takes that shot over Westbrook. One bouncing off, and it's Durant. And Kevin Durant can play that point. There's a bounce and a foul.
Great anticipation there by Wesley Matthews. I mean, you could see Durant coming at him, and he just anticipated him going right. He jumps over there, and he's ready. Boy, great defense there. You see Durant very surprised. Picks up his first foul.
That's the hustle that won Wesley Matthews a job as an undrafted free agent out of Marquette with Utah Jazz.
I don't think he has to apply anymore.
No. Application's been accepted. Down low, one bounce. Matthews in traffic. That ball is taken away mid-flight by James Harden. Another rookie left hand and a blocking foul. And that's Ronnie Price, who picks up foul number 2.
Now, he was trying to get out of traffic under there. Boy, that was a bad call. I mean, he's definitely there.
Point guard woes for Utah. Price with 2. Darren on the bench already with 2. Here in the first quarter. Shake of the head as Harden, the rookie out of Arizona State, is at the line, and the left-hander hits the first. Well, how would you like to ask Ron Boone or me a question? We'd love to hear from you. You can email the booth at Toyota at UtahJazz.com. Your Toyota dealers focused on the safety of their customers. To find out more, just visit Toyota.com. James Harden, 3rd overall pick last summer out of Arizona State.
Probably they're the biggest threat for them coming off the bench to have a big night scoring.
Ron, the Thunder have hit 9 of 10 from the line here in the quarter. Yet the Jazz own a 6-point lead. Eric Maynard, the former Jazz man on the court. Boozer fires it up. That ball is loose. Durant is out at midcourt. Nearly stumbles. Regains his footing to Maynard. Durant for three.
That is a deadly shot. I mean, he shoots that with ease.
Nearly a 36% shooter from behind the three-point line. And all of a sudden, Utah's leads down to 3. Another turnover. Maynard. And turn it over.
Boy, lucky break there.
Out front was Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka. Well, the new McCafe Real Fruit Smoothies are satisfying, delicious, and smooth. Just a few words that will enter your mind while enjoying your favorite fruit blend in a real fruit smoothie from McDonald's, starting at only $1.99. And Booner, I'm loving it. Final minute of the opening quarter. Price, little skip pass. Millsap, pull up, Jay short. Got it right back in traffic, put it up, no. And a rebound to Ibaka. Durant walks it across midcourt. 8 seconds, separate shot and game clock. Utah 30, Oklahoma City 27. Left-hand dribble drive. Off to Maynard, winds up, and bangs it for 2. Maynard, that late December trade from Utah to Oklahoma City. It's a 1-point game. Utah's largest lead, 11, has now been trimmed to 1. With Darren Williams saddled with 2 fouls on the bench. Ronnie Price takes it hard to the rack, and Collison hits the dirt. And Collison picks up his first.
Collison takes up a lot of room. Their best offensive rebounder. Probably takes more charges than anyone on this team as well.
Along with Kristich, Ron, Collison and Nenad Kristich are the old guys on this team. And they're all of 6 years out of college, huh?
A nice mixture, though. I really think this team gets a little stronger with their bench. Awfully tough.
Ronnie rattles down 2. 5 off the bench. Maynard will play for the final shot at midcourt. Tough bounce pass, and Durant has no shot as the horn sounds. Both clubs shot 52% from the floor in the first 12 minutes. The Jazz on a 3-point lead. Foul built. How about Oklahoma City closed that quarter on a 9-2 run the last 3 minutes. A 3-point Utah lead, and Darren Williams back on the court, Ron, to start the second quarter.
Korver picking up a foul. Guys picking up fouls, trying to fight over the top of screens, and that was Korver's first.
Left-hand shot down the barrel by Harden. So Harden knocks down a long 2. And it's a 32-31 Utah lead. Memo toes it for 2. Long shot. Bang! Memo is dialed in tonight. 11 points, 5 rebounds. 8 minutes on the court for Memo.
And you would think that that's going to be Memo's shot tonight if Darren continues to get into the paint. Boy, what a move.
Maynard penetrated the paint, dished it, and Ibaka hammers down his first 2. The rookie from Congo. A 24th pick back in 2008. Korver comes off the curl jumper. One bounce off the rim. Collison turns and finds Maynard, who runs it across midcourt, picked up by Williams. There's a screen by Collison. Maynard throws down the shoulder. Tough shot. And we saw him do that as a rookie back in December with Utah. A couple of buckets for Maynard. And Darren Williams, Ron, you made the call early. He has taken the ball strong down the lane.
Boy, look at the quickness there, man. That quick little jab step there and crossover had Darren Williams flat-footed, and then he comes right back with a dribble drive. He does this very well. For his size, he finishes very nicely going to the basket.
Maynard 6'3", 170, out of Virginia Commonwealth. And Williams rattles down the free throw. Boy, you hated to see the Jazz make that move. It was a financial situation. Also on that trade list was Matt Harpering, and a tough decision for that man, Kevin O'Connor.
He's getting about the same amount of minutes that he was getting when he was here with the Jazz. But you know, we've watched his minutes be very productive out there on the floor, and that's exactly what he's giving Oklahoma City.
Harden tried to force it inside. Memo got a hand on it. C.J. Miles into the front court. Left hand, short, rebound, up and tried to pop it. Shouldn't have. Memo tries to keep it alive, and that ball is into the hands of Oklahoma City. Maynard on the break, and it was just a little bit too fast as it went off the hands of Ibaka. Williams quickly into the front court. Behind the back to Memo for three. Yes!
That's 3 Mountain America threes, and that's going to be $50 to the Huntsman Cancer Research Foundation from the financial experts at Mountain America. Mountain America Credit Union, for your home, for your business, for your life.
How about the wraparound from Williams to Memo? Put it on the highlight reel. Memo sitting out there, put up a tent, camping out, and buries the three. Memo lighting it up from downtown, and the Jazz open up a 4-point lead. Team, pretty good fit.
Pretty good fit for him. It's a young team. They can all grow together. His minutes maybe will increase, but he's playing behind Westbrook. As you mentioned, his season high is still a season high, 24, that he had when he was playing with the Jazz. But he has tied his assists high.
Traveling the call. Harden tried to move Korver off the block. And turnover number 8 for Oklahoma City. Game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. They haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. The Thunder with 60% from the floor. Also, the 8 turnovers. Memo, unbelievable. 14 points, 3 of 3. He's now hit 7 of his last 11 from downtown. Memo inside, and Okur will be at the free throw line.
You see what a strong pump fake could do for a shot blocker? Now, it's a strong pump fake to get a shot blocker up in the area all the time. You're looking at a shot blocker, so you get him up in the air. You can do what you want with. You can draw the foul. You can get over around him. But that's the thing to do. You sell it, and you'll make things happen.
A 15-point first half for the money man. And the second foul on Ibaka. The 2010 Rockies season is underway, and FSN continues to complete team coverage tomorrow when the Rockies take on the Milwaukee Brewers. So check in to see who will emerge as the leader this season as the Rockies compete for a 3rd playoff appearance in just 4 years. Coverage begins bright and early, 10:30 in the morning, only on FSN. The exclusive home of the Rockies.
First baseman for that team. He's a 2-sport athlete. Backed up Peyton Manning at Tennessee, quarterback.
That means he's got an arm on it.
That means he's a pretty good baseball player.
Green, off-balance shot. Ibaka rebounds. He put Millsap on his backside, clears, and Harden on the dribble drive around Korver. Floater up and in. Harden's got game, 6'5", 220. Very aggressive as he went down the paint.
Like I said, he's the guy that's on this team that's a threat to have the big night. Probably the only player coming off the bench that can give that to him right now.
Williams against Maynard. Memo. Finds Williams. Skip pass behind the back. 5 on the shot clock. And turn it over. Too many steps. And the Jazz are whistled for their 8th turnover. First turnover this quarter for the Jazz. Over 3 minutes in. Out front, Green gives it up. Harden bangs it off the rim. Rebound. Ibaka turns and hits.
Boy, he's long. Great jumping.
6'10". And goes 235. I'll tell you, Ron, he put 14 points down on Minnesota Sunday. 9 rebounds and 2 blocked shots.
He's very long.
Williams 3. Got it. Darren. Boy, have you just noticed there is a gleam in his eye tonight. It's been a 2-man game. Memo with 15. Darren Williams with 13. Maynard kicks it off. Collison goes around Okur. Stumbles. No call. Ibaka picks it up. Fires it up and in. Back and forth we go. 44-41. Utah. Jazz shooting 50%. Oklahoma City 60. That shot hard off the back of the rim and up high. And I mean up high was Harden.
I tell you, Darren, Memo's going to get a lot of those tonight because of Darren's penetration. They want to sag in and protect the paint, protect the basket.
Harden, 3. And a rebound to Williams. Carlos Boozer set to check back in for Jerry Sloan. Williams wastes no time. Penetration. Oh, banked it off the window.
Well, we had a few Mountain America plays already here in this first half.
Love it. I'll tell you, glass is a lost art in the NBA, and look at Deron Williams. He is pumped up, clapping right at the arc as we hit the 7-minute mark, and the Jazz up 5. That ball takes a hard bounce off the iron. Millsap rebounds, and Deron Williams is on a collision course with Maynard. Put it up, and Williams is going to shoot 2. Deron Williams is barking at his old teammate. Take that, my friend.
Well, what some hustle plays there. And Deron Williams is the leader, taking it coast to coast. And look at that look on his face. I mean, he's possessed.
Maynard doesn't know what to think. He's heading to the bench, and Williams is at the free throw line. But Deron Williams racing down the court, high off the window. Yes.
Yeah, we'll keep that one in the memory card there for the Morgan Jewelers.
Deron Williams, Ron Boone, is dialed in. He's got the playoff look. And that's what you got to have down this 5-game stretch if you want to have the 2 seed in home court.
Well, so much is put on his shoulders with this team, him and Carlos Boozer and Memo, that they're the ones that have to be dialed in.
Deron Williams trying to get his free throw touch back. Bangs down point number 17. Let's bring in Pace Mannion from high above. And Pace Mannion, Deron Williams is dialed in.
Wow. Deron has been playing phenomenal. He came out tonight, you could tell he attacked the basket early. It's unfortunate he picked up his 2nd foul and had to sit, and they took it, you know, the Jazz took a little dive when Ronnie came in, not because of Ronnie, just because that's what happens when Deron goes out at times. But he's been playing extremely well, and you've got to expect that from him, especially this time of year when they're trying to make a battle and a run to finish 2nd in the West.
Pace, how about the pace of this game? Who do you like? Who does it favor?
Well, I like that the Jazz are getting out and running. I think this is a team they can wear out. They're at home. They should play well at home. This team has come in here and got a win, but the Jazz right now are playing some of their best basketball. And Deron, I think, knows that, like I said before, the playoff run is so important, and how they finish the season and the confidence level they'll have is something they're going to need. And he wants to go out on with some wins. And they got 5 games left to do that.
And you really have to give the Thunder a lot of credit for the way they're playing right now. The Jazz only 4 points up, and the Thunder and the Jazz are playing very, very well.
Well, you know, this is a team that's won, I believe, 9 straight, and is playing some of the best basketball in the NBA right now. And they're playing with a guy with Durant, who's their leader. But as you see a guy like Westbrook score here, you've got guys around this league that are good, but they've got role players in here that are playing exactly the way they should play and going to their stars when they have to.
Westbrook cuts the lead, Pace down to 2. Memo picks up the foul. And so far, it's interesting that Durant, okay, it's 11 points, kind of a quiet 11, but they're getting some good play off this bench. It shows you the depth of Oklahoma City.
Well, I think, you know, they brought Harden in when Korver came in, because I think that's a matchup that Brooks likes, the head coach. So they wanted to see Harden go at him. They're a very solid team. Defensively, they're good. Scotty Brooks hasn't bought into a system. And they played the Jazz extremely well, obviously winning 3 out of 3.
All right, Pace, we'll talk to you at halftime. Pace Mannion. Little jump hook shot. Tipped by Boozer. Carlos. That's a big bucket. Big bucket under the 6-minute mark. And the Jazz claim a 3-point lead, and they hit the 50-point mark. Green on the drive. In the paint, hooks it up and in. Jeff Green, 7 points.
Well, it's been the 3-point shot so far here for the Jazz that have really, and Deron Williams penetrated, that have really has the Jazz playing well.
Both teams have put up 11 free throws. The Jazz 11 of 11. And the Thunder at 10 of 11. There's a foul on a reach in by Green, his 2nd. And a timeout call with 5:11 to play.
Well, those flowers are for 100-year-old Hope Christensen. She turned 100 April 2nd. She is here tonight. That's her son on the right. And she got here because she heard from Greg Miller. Actually, Greg Miller originally learned of her upcoming birthday through Greg's mailbag, which is the UtahJazz.com, and fans can send questions directly to Greg Miller. Well, after Miller contacted the family, offered us tickets to Hope Christensen, she had a dinner tonight in the Lexus Club. She is 100 years old, and I'll tell you what, there's no way that lady looks 100 years old. By the way, she has 11 children, and she has 163 grandchildren. She is here tonight. She said, I can't believe I'm seeing these guys in person. That's what she said. And you know what? I think the rest of us say we can't believe we get the chance to meet her in person too. What a wonderful lady. We wish her a happy birthday and many, many happy returns. Hope Christensen, what a great name too. Hope, and she sported it well for 100 years. Guys, back to you.
Brownie, thanks. Had a chance to meet her just before tip-off. What a great lady, and I love what she told me, and she even mentioned this in the Jazz press release. She goes, you know, I'd like to tell Jerry Sloan a few things. I've got some defensive, questions, but I don't think if he'd listened to me, maybe I could help make some substitutions. Now, is that a Jazz fan or what?
She is very aware of what's going on out here on the floor as well. And then to reiterate what Steve was saying, you know, she just can't believe she's here.
Well, it's great to have her. Let's hope she brings the Jazz some luck in a very tight game with Oklahoma City. Personal foul whistled on CJ, and that's his second foul. 2 on Williams, 2 on CJ, 2 on Memo and Ronnie Price. Two-pointer by Durant. Boy, he makes the game look so easy.
Boy, that shot looks so easy, and he's a 47.5 field goal shooter, but tonight he is just on fire. You know, he's only missed 3 shots.
14 points for Durant, 10 for Westbrook. Williams, tough pass inside. Boozer tried to force it to Memo, and a turnover, and there is a foul at midcourt, whistled on Matthews. Wesley picks up foul number 1. We'll be in Houston tomorrow night, and the Rockets are on the road at Memphis. 9.5 minutes to play, Ron, and a tight one. 88-81 Rockets. Right now, the Jazz in a battle with Oklahoma City. Westbrook on the dribble, the drive, hang it up and in. And the Thunder take the lead, 53-52.
You see, CJ just was looking over his shoulder. I mean, looking for where the help is going to come from, and Westbrook goes all the way to the hole. He wants to drive majority of the time, so you must be aware of that.
Williams inside, blocked from behind. Darren never saw Westbrook. Cephalosha into the front court. Bounce pass. Jeff Green sets his feet. And up and over the top of the backboard, Jazz basketball. Under 4 minutes to play in the half. Jazz at one point, if you just joined us, led by 11. An early start by Williams and Mehmet Okur. And this is what we're playing for. 5 games to play. Actually now nearly 4.5, Ron. And the Jazz, look at the Dallas Mavericks, Denver, Utah, Phoenix, all with a 50-27 record. If the Jazz win tonight, they move up to the 2 seed. If they lose, they drop down to number 5. Memo got a hand up, and it's out of bounds. 18 on the shot clock, and 3:42 to go.
You can tell that the Oklahoma City Thunder think that they can outrun the Jazz, beat them up and down the floor. They have the athletes that if you give them the basketball in the open court, they can make plays.
Durant, in and out, rebound Boozer. Carlos picks up his fifth board. Williams pick and roll it. Boozer floater, no. Tries to follow, he does. Hanging on a pivot in traffic, and Carlos will shoot 2. Inside going has been rough for Carlos here in the first half, and Krstić will be whistled for foul number 1.
Now, this is a perfectly thrown pass here. Carlos Boozer does a great job of getting it back and then getting to the free throw line. Oklahoma City's not going to go away. They're not going to make this game easy for the Jazz. The Jazz are going to have to take this victory. Don't forget, this is a very good team on the road.
23-15 to be exact, and second best in the West. Carlos at the line. Boozer 74% on the season, and short arms the first, and FSN Utah is giving away a 42-inch high-def television every month this season. With the FSN Utah high-def TV giveaway, your chance to score big, and you can enter now by texting FSN to 69882. It is April, and another month for a high-def giveaway. Booz makes 1 of 2, and that ties the score up at 53. Under 3.5 to play in this first half. Westbrook, Durant. That ball is kicked away, picked up by Boozer Williams. On the breakaway is CJ. He'll drive on Durant. High floater. Got it. Now, was that tipped by Boozer?
I think that's C.J. Miles. I don't think Boozer touched that.
They're going to give it to Boozer.
Did they really?
Boozer on the tip. Westbrook goes into the paint, leans in on Okur. Ball is loose, out of bounds, and it'll be Oklahoma City basketball. And a 13 on the shot clock. Yeah, Boozer the tip in. Boozer the tip in. CJ on the drive, goes baseline just off the rim. Boozer got it. Utah by 2 on FSN. $6 a ticket in the lower. Payment plans available for every budget. Pick up a phone and dial up 325-2999. Operators are standing by. Ball is nearly taken away by Okur. Last touch by the Thunder. And that good hustle by Memo pays off with 3 minutes to play. First half, Jazz with the ball and up by 2.
Yeah, the fact that the Jazz switched on that play, threw the timing off for the Thunder, and Memo comes up with a strip.
Out front is Matthews, picked up by Westbrook. In the corner, Williams. Cephalosha picks up Darren. Clears it out to Wesley. Dribble drive. Takes it up against Kristich. No foul. Westbrook into the front court. Up and in. Westbrook with 14. And we're tied at 55. Boy, a lot of contact. No call on that last possession for Utah.
You can see that Wesley Matthews is trying to shoot over the top of a 7-footer.
Boozer, 17-footer. Tried to out-hustle Kristich, who flew in a little bit late. There's a pass thrown into the front row. And the Jazz get it back with 2:07 to play.
And you see Westbrook, he wants to go 90 miles an hour. Sometimes he gets a little out of control. That was a pass that had no chance of getting there.
12 turnover committed by Oklahoma City here in the first half. And a foul, a bump. Cephalosha getting a little physical there with Darren Williams. Cephalosha, 4 years out of Switzerland.
And now you see Cephalosha is guarding Darren Williams. The problem you were having, especially early in the ballgame, is Darren guards Westbrook.
Free throw by Williams. Good. You look at the season leaders in assists. Chris Paul and Darren Williams battling for that number 2 spot. Paul back in the lineup, and we'll see him later in the week. Steve Nash, Mr. Steady at 11 a game. Rajon Rondo and the kid, your top 5 in the NBA. Williams one more and rattles it down. Darren Williams, what a half. 19 points, and the Jazz have hit 16 of 17 from the free throw line. 57-55. Whistle on that entry pass. Matthews the foul. That's 2 on Wesley. And we'll see Othius Jeffers check in. And that's going to put both teams now in the penalty. Free throw by Durant. Matthews goes out and Jeffers checks in. The Rockets return to Denver to open up Coors Field for the 2010 season Friday. And FSN brings you 10 hours of Rockies coverage beginning at 12:30. Watch the Rockies all season long. 150 games all in high definition only on FSN, the exclusive home of the Colorado Rockies. Durant with 16 and a half. 14 for Westbrook. Williams slides it out to CJ. The left-hander in and out. That baby was down. It's out of bounds, and it'll be Oklahoma City basketball. And a 57 all tie.
Durant is so long. You see how you challenge that shot? I mean, he was at least 3 or 4 feet away, but once C.J. Miles released the basketball, he was right there.
He's proven to be durable. Durant a bump. And a falls off the rim. And the foul on Jeffers. And we're going to see Ronnie Price check back in for Jerry Sloan. And Darren Williams. I tell you, it's a good move by Jerry to save a possible third foul on Williams with 1:30 to play. Durant again at the line. Now we talked about free throws. He's averaged over 8 attempts a game against Utah, 10 per game on the season. And tonight he's going to try his 4th here in the first half.
Boy, you're throwing an 85.5% free throw shooter, and you see why he's averaging 829 points a ball game.
Well, Kobe spends time at the line. LeBron spends time at the line, and that's why they're in the top 5 in scoring in the NBA.
Yeah, but then they take more shots than.
Boozer clears it away to Millsap. Paul in traffic, got it. Boy, just caught the front edge of the rim, and Millsap scores his 2nd bucket, and we're tied at 59 with 1:05 to play. Westbrook out front. Make sure you stay tuned. The McDonald's halftime report is on the way. David James Pace, Big T up top tonight. And another foul whistled on Jeffers.
You find yourself just trying to stay close. And Durant is, you know, he's only in his 3rd year, but he's learned how to draw fouls and put you in a tough situation.
That's how close the scoring race is, and when you get free throws, it helps you. Yeah. LeBron and Durant battling. Carmelo at 28-4. Kobe at 27 and change, and D. Wade at 26-6.
And you know, Craig, he averages less shots per game in those guys, but you're throwing 10 free throws a ball game, and you shoot 89.5%. That's pretty good scoring.
Already a 20-point ball game here in the first half. He's had 41 30-point games this season as Boozer, with a nice soft finger roll, scores his 9th point of the game with 8 rebounds. 61 all. Boner's going to be one of those nights, my friend.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be buckle up. It's been that way since we tipped it off. Durant on the dribble. Will pull the trigger short. Rebound. Ibaka put it up and off the rim. And more free throws for the Thunder.
Yeah, Paul Millsap got to put a body on this guy. I mean, he's very active and long.
That's 2 on Millsap.
You see the shot is taken. Here comes Ibaka there from the backside. You got to put a body on him. Even if it's not your man, you know, you can.
Again, the number 2 free throw shooting club in the NBA. 80.4%. And they have missed just once tonight. 17 of 18. Chase Mortgage is pleased to introduce the 1% mortgage cash back. Get a new Chase Mortgage and get 1% cash back every year. Chase, what matters. Ibaka. 8 points in the half. 18 of 19 from the line. The Jazz are 16 of 17. Jazz have stayed close with the 3-point shot. 5 of 10. They've shot just 43%, Ron, from the floor. 55% shooting by Oklahoma City. Ronnie Price draws a double team out front. Puts it to Jeffers on the baseline. Slips and slides it up and in. The follow by Millsap. Great play by Paul. And the Jazz tie the score again at 63. Final possession. Westbrook pulls the trigger. Got it. 1.1, half-court shot. Ronnie, O'Connor goes. And the Jazz will go to the locker room in a shootout against Oklahoma City, down by 2. Well, 6 for 6 as a team, 18 of 19. Oklahoma City in the first half, and pound the ball inside. The Jazz with 26 points in the paint. 9 of those belong to Boozer and 6 to Millsap.
Jazz come up with a steal here right away.
CJ put it up and overshoots the hoop. And there's a whistle. C.J. Miles, Ron, would be a player the Jazz would like to see kick it into gear. 0 for 5 in that first half. And he struggled against the Lakers Friday night, just went 3 of 8.
Well, if he's knocking down some jump shots, or if he's involved more in the offense, I mean, that's a plus. They'll definitely need that. But Boozer is something that, like a player anyway, that I like to see get going down in the paint.
Well, C.J. scores his first point. And Kevin Durant picks up foul number 2. The Jazz are trying to crawl back from a 2-point deficit, and they do. They're tied up 65. Jazz led by 11. Largest lead for the Thunder, too. And we have seen 6 lead changes, 9 ties thus far. Krstić outside jumper, good. Nenad Krstić scores his second bucket. CJ on the wing, picked up by Durant. Over the top, Memo 3. One bouncing off the rim, rebound Westbrook. And Westbrook will trot across the timeline, picked up by Williams. Oklahoma City shot 56% from the floor in the first half. The Jazz countered at 43%. And Booner, I think 3-point shooting and free throws kept Utah close. And the hot shooting of the Thunder continues. That shot, nothing but net for Jeff Green. Got to get tough on that defensive side of the ball. Put a hand up. Williams turns the corner, flies it inside. Matthews blocked from behind, and again Westbrook has been dynamite on the defensive end. Green drives, Haynes puts it off the glass. No. Krstić on the backside rebound. Picked up by Booz. Out front, Sefolosha goes back to the big fella, stops and pops.
They are not pulling off, and Jerry Sloan calls a very quick timeout. It's not like the defense is really bad. Like they're just continue to knock down jump shots.
It's in that 10 to 12 foot range. There's really nothing difficult about it.
Yeah, those are high percentage shots here. You see Westbrook comes and recovers to get the block shot here, but here we go. Krstić right here ends up getting a nice little 15-footer. Those are good shots.
Katie makes our Facebook page, and Mason thinks pace is the best. What about Big T, Booner, on the right?
It's got all about Big T standing there, huh?
Is that a bunny rabbit ears over pace? I mean, what's going on there?
It is.
Hey, to submit a photo, visit the Utah Jazz Facebook page. Upload your picture to the fans' photos album, and you may just see yourself on game night. There's that killer crossover. Williams a memo. Now in the corner, CJ up and in. Boy, big shot. Miles has got to get that motor running.
Nice execution there and recognition, that extra pass. But it all starts with Darren Williams breaking the defense down, getting into the paint.
We'll keep you updated. It's a final. Rockets 113, Memphis 103. We'll see Houston tomorrow night. So both teams playing on back-to-backs, and both teams have to travel. Krstić. How about 3 buckets here in the third? 73-68. Krstić has not missed a shot from the floor. 4 for 4. Boozer on the block. Picked up by the 7-footer. Clears it out to Memo. Puts it on the floor against Green. 6 on the shot clock to Darren. He'll go against Sefolosha. Rips it. Williams from downtown. Well, the Jazz are staying close to that 3-point shot.
Well, I tell you, yes, exactly right. The Mountain America threes are definitely keeping the Jazz in this ballgame.
Jazz 7 of 13. Oklahoma City 3 of 9. 22-point night for Williams. Jump shot good, and right now Oklahoma City cannot miss.
You know, they only average about 19 assists a game. But when you have individual efforts like that, you really don't need
Boozer with some muscle.
a lot of assists to win a ball game.
No, I'm with you. Hey, you know what? Yeah, there's no assist needed.
Yeah, I mean,
you pulling the trigger by yourself.
Individual effort there.
Carlos with 11 points, 8 rebounds. Green works on Boozer. He'll face up. 10 on the shot clock. Drive, hang it up, short. Oh, the ball tipped to Krstić and a fresh 24. Sefolosha, no. Bangs it hard off the rim. Durant races inside. Feeds Green off the rim. And Green will shoot 2. And Memo picks up foul number 3.
It's all because the Jazz could not come up with a rebound. Darren Williams wants a charging foul here, but this is Memo with the hard foul there, keeping Green from making the bucket. But you know, Darren was there trying to get a charge as Green was going to the basket. He wanted a foul there, didn't get it.
Green's first attempts tonight. He's 77% on the year. I threw the hex at him.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
One more. Jeff Green, 5th overall pick back in 07 with Boston, and then he was part of that Ray Allen trade that brought a championship to Boston. 2 misses, rebound Carlos Boozer. Darren Williams looks inside, goes baseline, kicks it off to Boozer, the trailer, high floater, got it. Nicely done, Darren Williams of Boozer. Well, Nu Skin is a proud sponsor of the Nu Skin Jazz Dancers. Discover the difference Nu Skin can make at NuSkinUSA.com. We're tied up at 75 as we hit the 8-minute mark. 3-pointer, no. And who touched it last? Oh, baby. Gotta maybe see that one again. That looked to Westbrook, was inside 2 white jerseys. Jerry Sloan not happy with that call. And they just showed it on the replay screen. Durant guarded by Okur. They'll clear it out front as Westbrook controls the dribble with 20 on the shot clock. High screen by Krstić. Westbrook pulls the trigger. That ball is short. Finally a rebound pulled down by the Jazz, but lost at midcourt. Durant behind the 3-point line.
Well, you cannot afford to give up opportunities there. Boozer had already was at the other end of the floor, and he had to recover, and no one helped him out.
Green jams down his 11th point. It's 77-75, Oklahoma City. Memo, the foul. Offensive is 4th. And now what will Jerry Sloan do? That's 4. You saw Gary Briggs, the Jazz athletic trainer, just put up the magic number 4.
Yeah, you can see Boozer a little late because he was at the other end of the floor. No one packed it in to protect the basket. And then Memo gets a chance to pick up his 4th foul.
Well, you lose the score, and Memo to occur. Paul Millsap on the court.
And that was a 3 that Darren just knocked down, wasn't it?
(77-75). Durant in and out, and a rebound by Williams. Darren skip pass. Millsap on the run. Goes baseline. Hangs on a pivot and a push.
It's going to be 3 on Durant.
Durant with a push.
He really gave the ball up to Paul Millsap a little early, and there's the hands.
Trying to shut the baseline down. Jazz with 7 minutes of play in the 3rd. And get a little sloppy right now. Millsap chases it down and hands it back off to Williams. Darren double team down front, clears to Boozer, fires a strike inside, and the hammer by Millsap. We're tied at 77.
Now the Jazz are getting some layups. They're getting some pretty good looks, and the field goal percentage now up to 46%.
What a pass inside. The assist to Carlos. And there's a body down on the floor and an injured player. That's Durant.
You know, they're calling this on
CJ.
On CJ Miles. And CJ definitely doesn't like the call.
Side out. Durant's okay. 12 on the shot clock as Westbrook controls the dribble. There's an offensive foul. Krstić setting a screen. Ron, you notice no one fouls in this game.
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding?
No, not in the NBA. Westbrook right on the hip of Matthews. Bounce pass, Williams on the wing. Fires it down to Booz on the block. Carlos will send it back out to Darren. Left-hand dribble, slides it back out to CJ in the corners. Matthews fires it up. Bang! Big shot by the rookie.
Tell you, the three-point shot is the Jazz friend tonight, and Scott Brooks wants a timeout.
How gutty is Wesley Matthews, and how much does Darren Williams trust this kid from Marquette?
Well, he's giving him the basketball.
You'll agree, Jerry Sloan has to be in consideration. Scott Brooks, it's a 25-game improvement from a year ago. McMillan's been able to battle through injury. Skiles got the Bucks into the playoffs, and Larry Brown the same with the Bobcats. Maybe Jerry is just too consistent as that ball is thrown away. But Jerry Sloan, hold on.
And what has really hurt Jerry Sloan is they're going to reverse this call, because it looked like Westbrook complained. He thought maybe the ball deflected off Darren Williams.
What's wrong with consistency? But you know the thing about Jerry Sloan, he's the consistent one. and he's had to work new players and a rookie into the starting lineup. Now they're not going to reverse it.
Boy, who did that touch? You see right here. Boy, if it went off De'Aaron's hands, it didn't change direction.
Westbrook clears. Durant 3. Rims out. Boozer had it. Sefolosha knocked it away. Durant's back out front. Puts a shoulder down. Kicks it out to Green. 18 on the shot clock. Good D by CJ. Forced a turnover. That's what Jerry Sloan's looking for.
Well, he crowded Jeff Green, and Jeff Green was spinning, trying to create some space, and the official said he changed his pivot foot.
15th turnover committed by Oklahoma City. 3 of the quarter. Collison is set to check back in for Scott Brooks as CJ holds it out front. Finds De'Aaron with 10 on the shot clock. On the wing, guarded by Sefolosha. He's looking for Booz, but he finds Millsap, lay it up and in. Oh, the soft touch of Paul Millsap. Paul has now given the Jazz 10 off the bench. As we hit the 5-minute mark, Utah up by 5. Down 6. Retaking the lead. There's a shot missed badly, but you can't grab the rebound, and you're giving too many second opportunities to the Thunder.
Too many of them, that's for sure. But what they're doing a great job of keeping it alive. If they can't get it, they're just getting a hand on it, and they're getting second opportunities.
Millsap picks up foul number 3. Collison in. Kristich out. With 4:48 to play in the third, and back to the line goes Westbrook. 6 of 7 tonight. First point of the second half for Russell Westbrook. How would you like to enjoy a night of fun? Western style barbecue with jazz man CJ Miles. Well, now you can, courtesy of Ruby River Steakhouse. All you do is text barbecue, that's BBQ, to 69882. You can enter at UtahJazz.com or just stop by a participating Ruby River Steakhouse. CJ Miles and some Western style barbecue. Westbrook fires down a couple of free throws. 18 points on the night. Boozer guarded by Collison. Looking for a cutter. It's Williams. 17-footer straight away. Bang! And a free throw. Deron Williams is playing big.
And Westbrook's going to pick up this foul. The great thing about that play there was how hard everyone ran their route there. I mean, they just didn't walk through this play here. I mean, everyone ran, set good screens. Deron Williams gets a great look and gets up getting fouled. But that was the execution of that play is what got Deron Williams that good look.
Deron's terrific ball game thus far. 24.7 assists. And he's 7 for 7 now from the line. 25 for Deron. Jazz by 6. Out front is Green to Westbrook. Picked up by Millsap. He only got the steal. Deron now picks him up. There's a bump and an offensive foul. Westbrook is third. How about Deron Williams?
You know, that's one time that Deron was able to anticipate well, because Westbrook, whenever he gets a running start, that's when he blows right by you. Deron anticipated well and got there. Westbrook now with 3 fouls.
Rolling up on 4 minutes to play, third quarter. CJ.
Oh, baby.
The hammer! Where did he come from?
That's a Morgan Jeweler.
The kid exploded. Jazz on a 12-2 run. Westbrook down the paint. Put it up and off the rim she comes. And the foul now on Millsap. That's 4 on Paul. Oh, CJ Miles brought the house, the roof, down here in Salt Lake City.
And you see what this is beautiful. He just fakes and goes baseline. How strong he went. I mean, he just didn't play with the basketball. He went in very, very strong. He had in mind right from the start that he was going to dunk the basketball.
Morgan Jeweler.
Absolutely.
Free throws for Westbrook. Kosta Koufos will check in. Millsap in foul trouble, and Jerry Sloan knows he'll need Paul in the fourth quarter.
And Memo there as well. Memo sitting with 4 fouls. So you got 3:56. You're going to try to get some minutes out of Kosta.
Westbrook with 20. What a compliment player he is to Durant.
I'll tell you what, right now is Durant and Westbrook. You know, with 42. of the 81 points.
Near steal by Collison. CJ out front with 12 on the shot clock. Throws it off, gives it off to Darren. Tough shot falling away. And it skips off the iron, and the rebound to Harden, who just checked in. Harden with 6 points in the first half. Driving, hanging. Offensive foul. Taken away. Threw that arm out. Extended the forearm, and Westbrook is looking at 4 fouls here late in the third quarter.
3 of those coming in this quarter.
Right there's the wipe away.
Catches C.J. Miles right in the face.
We'll be in Houston tomorrow night, and you'll see it on FSN Utah. CJ's turns, fires off the rim. Costa. There's a push and a foul. Kosta Koufos picks up his first, and Kyle Korver is going to check in for C.J. Miles. That was the 15th foul, and so we're going to walk it down to the other end of the court, and free throws now for Oklahoma City. Ibaka at the line. Tonight's NBA News and Notes brought to you by Eureka Resort and Hotel, your place in the sun. Log on to eurekamesquite.com. Acting coach Adrian Danley, the former Jazz man, misses Nuggets practice. Lakers coach Phil Jackson fined for criticizing the refs, $35,000 by the way. Bosh and Durant were named players of the week in the East and the West, and we were told tonight that Chris Bosh had to leave the game in Cleveland in the first quarter. An elbow took him across the face. He fractured the right side of his nasal cavity. He's going to have to spend the night after an MRI in the Cleveland hospital for observation tonight.
Beautiful footwork, great soft shot there by Carlos Boozer. And Carlos is starting to heat up a little bit. Again, pound it inside there. Give Carlos Boozer a chance to do some work.
Off the rim. Korver clears. Williams coming the other way. Another 3 minutes to play in the third. The trailer. Korver for 3. Kosta Koufos the rebound. He quickly finds Williams. Weaves his way past Maynard. Contact. No foul. The bucket goes down. 29 for Darren Williams.
Darren Williams is on fire.
10 of 15 from the floor. 7 assists, and the Jazz 40 points scored in the paint. 91-83. Maynard. Harden for 3. Kosta Koufos grabs another rebound for Jerry Sloan. That's 2 boards for Kosta, former Ohio State Buckeye. Inside, Boozer bounced down, and a foul. Harden will send Boozer to the free throw line.
Well, I tell you, Darren Williams is making things happen out there on the floor. Just watch how he penetrates here. He splits 2 defenders and then creates some space, gets it right over the fingertips there, and then the next time down the floor, he gets into the paint again and catches Carlos Boozer going to the hole. That's been the key for the Jazz tonight, is Darren Williams' penetration.
Boozer, 14. The Jazz 20 of 21 from the line. Jazz can open up a 10-point lead with another make. Booz working on his 53rd double-double. Boozer. A 6-point third quarter. And the Jazz lead by 10. They trail by 2 at the half. Ibaka. Right by Kosta Koufos out to Maynard. Slides it off to Durant. Free throw line jumper off the rim, and the tip. Who got it? Collison or Ibaka? Collison scores his second bucket. You know, he shoots 60% from the floor, and you can see why. He loves to crash on missed shots, and there's a whistle before the shot by Bennett Salvatore, and they're going to say Booz has blood. He sure does, on the back of his elbow. So it's going to be a timeout, for a blood timeout, and that means Gary Briggs, the Jazz athletic trainer, is going to go to work. So Briggsy's going to work, and you can get your playoff tickets by purchasing your 2010-2011 season tickets tonight And those season tickets start as low as $8.50 a ticket in the upper bowl, $46 in the lower. Payment plans are available to fit every budget. Tickets, yes, they are limited. Pick up a phone tonight. Be a part of it. It is a wild crowd tonight at Energy Solutions Arena. 325-2999.
And then Korver has blood on his jersey. That has to be addressed there as well.
And what are we playing for? Well, if you're the Utah Jazz, you're trying to overtake Dallas, Denver, Phoenix for that 2 spot. If you lose tonight, you're down to 5. If you win, you take over 2 because Dallas, Denver, and Phoenix are idle.
What an opportunity. You know, last year at this time, the Jazz sitting on a 47-30 record, only to win 1 more ball game for the rest of the year. Now at 50 wins with an excellent chance of at least 54.
And after tonight, Ron, 3 of the next 4 on the road.
Yeah, and that's going to be crucial for the Jazz. They must do well on that road trip.
Williams inside Booz. Oh! Hammered down! How about the glare? Boozer.
That is a Morgan Jewett for sure.
Oh, we've got 3 or 4.
Oh, man. This was a hammer. This was a hammer. And then the stairs. So what are you doing here? Oh, my. Oh, we're going to get a technical foul behind the stair.
Oh, I love it. The Boozer stare down, and you know what? A little technical foul on too much play as Durant hits the tee by whistled on Boozer.
Boy, if that's taunting, I guess I can't look at you, huh?
Don't look at me.
Don't look at you, right. Don't stare at you.
I remember a player who wore 32 who did that on occasion or 2.
Yes.
One Karl Malone, by the way. Congratulations. Off to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Well, you knew that was a no-brainer there. You're looking at the second all-time leading scorer.
What tenacious defense. Williams is there to shut down the baseline. Oh, with 1 on the shot clock.
And you see what happened there, and what, because Kosta Koufos all of a sudden decides to try to get in front of Ibaka instead of staying sandwiched, he never would have got to the basket.
12 points for Serge Ibaka, rookie from the Congo. 95-88 Utah. Under a minute to play, 3rd quarter. A high intense game from the opening tip. Green will make his move now with 10 on the shot. Splits the defense, kicking out the corners. Korver, and he traveled. Wow. That ball was a little bit high as Darren penetrated. And that's the 12th turnover for the Utah Jazz. Durant, quick shot for 3.
Boy, is he deadly.
26 for Durant. 95-91 Jazz. That was a quick 2 for 1, and he nailed it.
Yes, he did. And he comes off the screen, ready to shoot.
Durant has hit 3 of 6 from downtown, 26 points. Williams spins past Maynard. In traffic he goes, off to Korver. Gives it off to Darren. Needs to take the shot, gets it away. Got it! Oh! It's a 2! Collison. A 3 at the buzzer.
Boy, what a ball game.
Can't believe it. Plenty of time left. It left his hands with 3/10. They'll take a look, but that's going to count, and a 3-point Utah lead. Here comes the 4th quarter. 794 Utah. Back inside Energy Solutions Arena. Craig Bolerjack, Ron Burns, Steve Brown, and you're watching FSN Utah. Well, the playoffs don't start for 10 days, but we've got playoff feeling tonight. Memo, catch, shoot, up and in. The money man scores his first bucket here in the second half. Jazz outscored the Thunder in that quarter run, 34-29.
Yeah, now that field goal percentage is up around 51%. That's where the Jazz.
Millsap working hard against Ibaka. And there's Ronnie Price, who jumps up and grabs a rebound. Price, Korver, Millsap, Memo, and C.J. Miles on the court for Jerry Sloan. So Booz and Williams getting a rest, but not for long. Ronnie lost a dribble, picks it up with 10 on the shot clock, kicks it out to Memo. Off to Korver in the corner. 6 on the shot. Memo, baseline, inside Millsap, up and in. Oh, how about that ball movement?
Boy, that was a great catch there by Paul Millsap. I thought that ball was, I didn't think that was going to get through.
Got it away with about 3 on the shot clock, 101-94. James Harden. That ball is kicked. So that's a foul whistled on Kyle, number 2 for Korver. And it'll be a side out. Harden with 14 on the shot clock.
So I guess Korver kicked him. I thought he
kicked him. I thought he kicked the ball, but
yeah.
he kicked him to pick up his second personal foul.
You can't kick him basketball.
Inside, Ibaka follows, and C.J. Miles picks up foul number 4. And the game summary tonight brought to you by Zions Bank. They haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. Kevin Durant, 26 points, 3 of 6 from downtown. The Thunder with 17 turnovers. Darren Williams, I mean, just out of sight tonight. 31 points. The Jazz in the third quarter, Ron, shot 72% and threw down 16 points in the paint.
Yeah, that's an excellent quarter there for the Jazz. Darren Williams leading the way. And I was wondering when he was going to miss one.
You threw the hex on him.
Well, he's a 57% free throw shooter, and so far in the ball game, that's his first miss. You know, he had made 4 in a row.
25 of 29, the Thunder from the stripe. Second one is up and in. Ibaka with 13. His forte is blocking shots. He's long, he's lean, he's mean.
And he does that, and he rebounds pretty well.
He came in with 84 blocks on the season. And tonight he's picked up one. Millsap, did he step out? Yep, Bennett Salvatore right on the spot.
He only gets 17 minutes a game. You know, so for the time he's on the floor, very productive.
13 turnovers committed now by the Jazz. Will lob it down on the block. Cutting is Ibaka. Holding is Green. Will move in on CJ. High hooker, good. Jeff Green, 6'9". And Green throws down his 13th point.
Well, this young team has an arsenal. I mean, they have players that can.
Oh boy. In tight games, Ron, it's common sense. You just can't give away possessions.
Well, and what happened there is Millsap wanted to curl around the screen. Okura thought he was going to come off the screen and flare out.
2 turnovers here early in quarter number 4. Really taken away by Miles, and it's out of bounds with 13 on the shot clock. I'm going to guess that Jerry Sloan will try to give Williams and Booz another minute or 2. Collison clears it away to Maynard. Picked up by Price. Harden. Maynard. Takes the dribble. Clears it over the top. Harden has a look. And nails a 3. 101-100. For the 3-point shot. No one has hesitated pulling the trigger tonight. Memo holds out front. Price skip pass inside. Millsap bounces it up and in. Paul Millsap, 14 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Under 9 minutes to play. Jazz by 3.
Continue to go
Green on the block, fires it to Maynard. Picked up by Price, went for the steal. Nearly got it away from Collison. He'll drive around Memo, spinner, out the rim, and a rebound to Millsap. Ball pulls down his 4th rebound, and a big one. Rolling up on 8.5. Darren Williams off the bench and will return. CJ stops and goes inside Memo, overshoots, that ball's loose. Maynard has it, and the Thunder come thundering back across midcourt to Harden. They'll put it on the floor, and traffic floater up and off the rim, and a blocking foul.
You can see that Korver standing in the restricted area. Harden's going to get a couple of free throws.
Darren Williams will check back in when we come out after this timeout. Millsap working tough on the block. Jazz up by 3 on Oklahoma City. And yesterday, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame announced his class of 2010, and leading the way, who else but the former Jazz forward Karl Malone. Karl, of course, will be honored along with the original Dream Team, along with Scottie Pippen, women's player Cynthia Cooper, Lakers owner Jerry Buss, high school coach Bobby Hurley Sr., and 3 players will be honored posthumously, led by the former Celtic great DJ Dennis Johnson. The induction will be held August 13th in Springfield, Massachusetts. On the very first ballot, Karl Malone in, no question, 2-time NBA MVP, a 14-time All-Star, 2nd all-time scorer behind Jabbar, 2 Olympic gold medals. And of course, the Dream Team is going in. That means Stockton's going in again. And Big T, what's your thoughts? You played with Karl Malone and you played with John Stockton.
Well, my thoughts are it's obviously no surprise to any of us that he's going to be inducted. But I'm just honored I had a chance to be able to play and not just play with him, but to see him grow and mature. And you know, we've talked about it time and time again when he came in as just a raw talent as a rookie. I think a little bit, underappreciated by teams who did not draft him. But I tell you what, he came in with a goal, and he came in with an attitude that he wasn't going to let anything or anybody stop him from being the best.
And T, you make a great point. I think underappreciated is a great statement, which put a chip on his shoulder, which made him work even harder, and he became an incredible player and even a better free throw shooter than anyone ever expected.
Well, it did, and I think he would have had that chip on his shoulder if he had been the first pick in the draft. But that's Karl Malone. You look at what his work ethic was, not just during the season, but off season. I don't think there was a player that ever worked as hard as Karl did in some of the things he did off season. He always came back, in a sense, a new player. Even when his physical skills got to be where, he wasn't as quick, he always developed something that gave him that edge.
To a man, I mean, you just talked about his work ethic and how hard he worked during the season, during the off season. And what comes to mind is that at the end of the season, when the coaches have the one-on-one and they tell players exactly what they wanted them to work on, I would imagine that meeting between Karl Malone and Jerry Sloan was just one of those meetings that, okay, we'll see you next year.
Yeah, I think it was. It was probably more of a conversational meeting between the two as to what they were going to do on the farm in the summer. But, coaches never had to worry about whether Karl was going to, work on his game in the offseason, be a better player, regardless of how long he was in the league. And there was no question that he was going to be ready. He wasn't going to use the preseason to get in shape. He always came in shape and ready to play along with John.
See, I know what they said. Don't get mad at Larry too often. Don't get mad at Larry. Hey, listen, how about who wins this game and how?
Well, I think it comes down to stops. I mean, both teams are obviously having a pretty decent offensive night. When you talk about shootout, it really plays into Oklahoma City's hands. But that's what they're good at. That's what's gotten them this far as a young team. You got Durant, obviously, who's averaging 30 a night. But with the Jazz, they can get involved in that kind of game only if they're making defensive stops on the defensive end and then taking those defensive stops and turning them into easy baskets. They got jump shooters. They're getting the ball inside this half where they need to, but it's going to come down to who's the best defensive team.
I'll tell you what, Carlos Boozer just bailed C.J. Miles out there.
He sure did. 2
free throws, and he comes up with the offensive rebound.
And hey, T,
yep.
Buckle up.
I heard you prior to the game starting, baby. You called it.
All right, we'll talk to T during the postgame report. Short on that shot is Maynard, but it bounces right back into the hands of Durant.
And how many of those have they had in this ball?
Too many. Durant takes it strong. Blocked down there. Matthews has a good hustle. He's got Boozer on the wing. Timeout, Scott Brooks. Boozer runs it up and in. 21 for Booze.
This block here all starts because they forced Durant to change directions. That gave Paul Millsap a chance to come over with the help out. And then great pass here by Matthews. Held on to it as long as possible to give the Jazz another fast break.
Utah, your exclusive home for Jazz basketball all season long. Well, Ron, let's put this baby in focus. Nuggets do own the tiebreaker against the Jazz. 50-27. Both teams still have to play against Oklahoma City tonight. The Jazz and Denver tomorrow night. Lakers, San Antonio, Memphis, and at Phoenix. The Jazz, Houston, at New Orleans, at Golden State, and Phoenix. How about the combined win percentage? 62.5% is what's left for the Denver Nuggets. No question, their schedule, strength of schedule, much more Denver better than Utah. But remember, the Jazz have 3 of the next 4 to finish on the road.
Yeah, that's those 3 ball games on the road for all Darren.
Yes. A power move by Darren Williams.
That's why he's considered to be one of the best in the league right now. And here's what Durant is dangerous. He had mid-post range.
Well, the Jazz have really gotten tough on Durant second half defensively. Williams into the front court. Over the top in the corner, Matthews. Short, Booze reaches out and reset the clock to 24. Under 6 minutes to play. The Jazz win this ball game. They climb to number 2 in the West. Williams and Carlos pick it up. Oh, he went for the hammer. Down he goes, no call. CJ dribble drive to Boozer. Yes! Darren is down! Darren is down! And finally, we get a timeout. Gary Briggs, Brian Zettler are on the court. Darren tried to put a exclamation point, and he was met. Oh, he went rib to rib with Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, that had to knock the wind out of him because he was hit pretty hard underneath. But Ibaka likes to block shots. You see, they did meet up above the rim, but there was a lot of body contact underneath right here. You know, usually you get a chance to go to the free throw line with a situation like that, but the shot, I guess they felt that the block was there first before the body contact. I don't know. We're going to have a timeout here by the Jazz.
1:02, 5:33 remaining. 4 games remain for the Jazz after tonight. Darren Williams was able to walk off the court. And Ron, I'm going to guess just the wind. Compliments of Serge Ibaka left the body of Darren Williams.
You know, that's what I'm thinking there as well. But this is a great give and go play. And Darren really attacked the basket. I mean, he really wanted to dunk the basketball there, but he was met up above the rim. And there's the body contact underneath. And
went right to the chest on his way down. And Darren's back on the court after the timeout with Matthews and Millsap. Boozer and C.J. Miles. There's a foul baseline.
Well, if they don't call this on Wesley Matthews, Carlos Boozer just got the worst call of the night on him.
It's Matthews.
Yes. See, Matthews runs right by him and causing him to lose his footing. And then again, maybe not, because if you're expecting contact and it doesn't, and you don't get it, you're going to take too many steps.
You look at the scoring by quarters. It was a 20-point half. The Jazz have held Durant to just 7 points now in the second half of play. 27 on the night. First point here in the fourth. Yeah, officially just the wind knocked down of Williams. Free throw's good by Durant. He's 9 for 9 tonight. C.J. Miles guarded by Durant, and between the legs, Boozer tries to dig it out, and the Jazz will have possession with 12 on the shot clock. Tip your hat to Booz.
That's right. If he doesn't dive for this basketball, the Jazz give it up. You see, mishandles it. Now he dives for it, and all of a sudden
that ball is kicked out by Sefolosha.
Yeah.
12 on the shot clock. They line up the picket fence.
And hustle play.
Williams on the inbound, contact, and Darren will shoot 2. Boy, he didn't back down as Kristich reached in and fouled the Jazz All-Star guard. That's 3 on the big 7-footer. .31 points, 8 assists, 7 of 7 from the line, and 11 of 17 from the floor tonight. Darren Williams really focused in tonight. And the Rockies return to Denver to open Coors Field for the 2000 season Friday. And FSN brings you 10 hours of Rockies coverage beginning at 12:30. Watch the Rockies all season long, all 150 games, and all in high definition. It's only on FSN, the exclusive home of the Colorado Rockies. Williams, 2 big ones, 2 big free throws, 33 on the night. 33 points, 33 minutes on the floor.
And I tell you what, he's been focused and ready to go every possession.
5 minutes to play. Out front is Durant on the dribble. Sefolosha for 3. No. Bangs it hard off the rim. Williams kept it alive. The tip goes to Millsap. Darren on the run. He's got Boozer on the wing. He'll go baseline and clears it out with 18 on the shot clock. Out front he goes to C.J. Darren Williams has run at least 10 miles tonight. The cutter, C.J. Contact, put it up.
Hello.
Oh, yeah!
Boy, there it is again, the strong pump fake. You know, guys want to challenge shots, and C.J. Miles comes off the screen ready to shoot. And there's Westbrook up in the air with nowhere to go. And it's going to be 5 fouls on Westbrook, and C.J. Miles with a chance for, yes, a 3-point play.
Oh, big play. 117-104. Jazz with their largest lead of 13.
I tell you, the last 4 ball games, the Thunder have averaged 114. Boy, is this guy tough or what?
Durant, 31.
He makes the game look so easy.
Booner, how about 42? 30-plus games on the season. Darren Williams wide open, in and out. Just over 4 minutes left to play, 117-107. Westbrook tied up by Millsap. Hands it off, Sefolosha. Kristich on a pivot to Durant for 3 more. Williams is there for the rebound. Under 4 minutes to play.
Okay, the next 2 minutes for the Jazz, very, very important. If they can maintain here, they should win this ball game.
Jazz working on their 10th straight win at home. 31-8 on the season. Kristich the foul.
Remember last year, the Jazz, again, as always, had one of the better home records in the NBA. 33-8 last season. And if they can win this ball game and the game against the Phoenix Suns, 33-8, same as last season.
Always have played well. Old Salt Palace here at Energy Solutions Arena, which was Delta Center. And Ron, the Jazz home since February 24th. Look at the NBA ranks. Number 1 in field goal percentage, 3-point shots, assists, paint points, win margin, nearly 18 points a game at home since February 24th. Jazz 9-0, trying to make it 10 in a row, and Boozer misses the second free throw. Very impressive numbers at home. Timeout, Westbrook and the Thunder. Timeout on the court. Stay tuned. 118-107 Utah. Kevin Durant and Darren Williams. We have seen a beauty. Durant with 31. Of course, slowed down by the Jazz defense in the second half. Darren Williams' run has been solid from the start. 9 for 9 from the line, 33 points. He's just down 8 assists, and his has played tough on both ends of the court.
He has really had his playoff hat on.
Durant gives it up to Green. Harden outside the three-point line. Green kick it out. 3 on the way. Westbrook from downtown. 23 for Westbrook. 8 of 22 are the Thunder from beyond the arc. The Jazz have hit 8 of 15. 118-110. Williams, he'll pop deep 3. Got it! Oh baby, that's big. That is big.
Take your pick. We've had a number of Mount Good-America threes. We've had a number of Morgan Jeweler plays here tonight.
Durant right back at you. 36 for Deron Williams.
And here's Deron Williams. I mean, he just gets that three-point shot right back. But here comes Durant. I mean, this ball comes right back into the hands here of Durant. Now he's able to split 2 defenders. And now Durant with 33.
Millsap the foul. And Durant with his 34th point. What a night. What a night. 121-113. On the plane tonight down to Houston. Williams on the dribble, the drive, contact. And Deron's back at the line to shoot 2. Sefolosha the foul.
And he has not scored a point. And he's had the tough assignment of trying to stop Deron Williams.
Sefolosha 0 for 5. He's 0 for 4 from downtown.
He's not the three-point shooter. I mean, the center, Sefolosha is only a 30% three-point shooter.
Deron Williams 37.
Don't forget, his season high is 38. So Deron Williams is knocking on the door.
10 for 10 from the line. Up. Oh, and it comes off the rim. So his only miss tonight. 122-113 and a 3 back at you. Boy, this kid is as tough as they get.
I tell you what, that was how tough a shot that was. He goes up. The shot was challenged. He spreads his legs. But total concentration there.
CJ. And a bad pass looking for Boozer on the block. 122-116, 6-point game in Salt Lake City as we roll up on 2 minutes of play. Durant feeling it downtown one more time. Unbelievable. Run a 40-point night. And the 7th of the season for Kevin Durant. 122-119. Boozer inside, blocked by Durant. Out front on the run. Westbrook. And a blocking foul. Wesley Matthews.
Well, that's going to be it for Wesley Matthews. But this is just a beautiful shot here by Durant. You see, he goes up, spreads his legs, and then here we go again. I mean, you just can't leave this guy. You got to stay as close as possible.
Only the 5th foul on Wesley.
He had 5 on him.
Westbrook rolls into free throw. Durant again. 40 points, 6 of 10 from three-point land. Westbrook 11 of 12 from the line. 1-point game. Booner, when you thought it was over?
This one you thought it was over. A turnover and a couple of threes by Durant.
Jazz have got to feed off his hometown crowd. They've got a 1-point lead. Deron Williams. Guarded by Sefolosha. CJ steps back for 3. Yes!
Huge. Jazz need to stop here. They need to stop and get the clock below a minute to play.
Durant feeds. Green. Oh, trying to bank it. And Millsap's there for the rebound. Trying to bring some sanity back to this game as we roll up on a minute to play. An instant classic. This game, epic. He's got a feeling of playoff game 7.
Yeah, you use the clock here and get a score.
Boozer inside.
28 points and a great feed there by C.J. Miles.
Too many plays to list. Oh! Durant! I cannot believe this kid.
Boy, he's just unreal. Unreal.
127, 124. 43 for Durant. Williams, 14 on the shot clock. 12. Makes his move on Sefolosha. Oh, ball's tipped. Taken away. Darren's got to get back. Feeds it inside. And the hammer by Green. It's a one-point game.
Well, the Jazz don't have to shoot, that's for sure. I mean, they'll have to foul.
And Durant on the reach in, and that will put the rookie at the line.
Durant's three-point shot. This is a 40-footer. Look at this. And look how easy he gets that shot off. I mean, his range is just unlimited. And this play here, I mean, that was a nice defensive play there by Green. And then the bucket.
Oh, the rookie so calm. 82%. Scores his 10th point. Right now, Booner, statistically the best free throw shooter on this team.
Yes, he is. And Memo and Deron Williams, and Deron should be over 80% here after this ball game.
128, 126.
You must get this to a three-point ball game.
Two for two. Oh, that's big. Timeout, Scott Brooks. Booner, bubble up. 17 seconds on the clock.
I've had my seatbelt on for a whole quarter because it is the law.
I buckled up at 7:07 tip-off time. Oh, what a game. 20-second timeout brought to you by Jiffy Lube. No better way to take care of what's yours. Help extend the life of your vehicle. Visit Jiffy Lube today. Jazz fans dancing in the stands. How many plays did we have to go through? There are too many to count. But how about this one for the Brilliant Diamond play of the game? Brought to you by Morgan Jewelers. Locations from Logan to Washington City. The hammer and the stare, all in one. It cost him a tee, but I liked it. It's my house, not yours.
Well, they had 17 seconds to go in this ball game to try to move into second place in the Western Conference.
Ron, is there any question who gets the ball?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that Durant, they're going to try to put it in Durant's hands, that's for sure. Just hope that it's not a three and that they use up enough clock.
Jazz win this game. They'll overtake Dallas for the number 2 seed. Jazz own the tiebreaker on Dallas. They would become the division leader over Denver. And that would push them up to number 2 because they own the tiebreak against the Mavericks. If this game goes the other way, you drop to 5. Everybody up in Salt Lake City. 17 seconds to play. 129, 126. What a battle it's been between Williams and Durant.
All fouls are free throws.
Sefolosha set to inbound. Miles will guard Durant. They find Westbrook. 16 seconds to play. 14. Durant behind the three-point line. He gives it up to Green. Fires 3. Oh, we're tied!
Unbelievable. I mean, that was his biggest shot, and I've always thought that he was the player that gets overlooked on this team, and he's a very, very good player.
Jazz will have 8 seconds to win it.
You know, Boozer is right there. I mean, he's challenging the shot. It turns out to be a better shot. Nice speed. And Boozer, he's there. He makes him double clutch, but he still puts it in the hole. We got a tie ball game here with 8.3 seconds.
Two of the best in the West. 8 seconds to play. The three-point shot has been money for the Jazz and money for the Thunder.
You know, what you hope now is that Deron Williams has done a great job of penetrating, getting into the paint, setting his teammates up, or getting all the way to the basket. What I hope doesn't happen is that they just settle for a jumper and thinking, okay, we're going to go into overtime.
Tomorrow night, Deron Williams boozing the Jazz in Houston. Showdown with the Rockets. Jazz Live, the pregame report begins at 5:30 right here on FSN Utah. Your exclusive home for Jazz Hoop all season long. Booner first. Got to take care of business. 8 seconds to play in a wild battle with Oklahoma City. 129-129.
A comfortable lead with about 4 minutes to go in the ball game, and then it turned into the Durant show after only scoring 6 points in the third period. He now has 43.
C.J. Miles set to inbound. The lineup Boozer memo with Deron Williams and Wesley Matthews. Here we go. Buckle up. Jazz looking for the win. Clock runs. 8 down to 7. Deron Williams right to left. Pull up. Follow. No! And the Thunder get a timeout.
My goodness, that ball was in, and Wesley Matthews had an excellent chance of putting it in after the missed shot, and it doesn't fall. I mean, this is a very good look. I mean, you can see created space. It goes down in, and there's Wesley Matthews. He just thought he had it, but then Green knocked it out of his hands.
Great look by Williams. It was in and out. Matthews had that ball just poked away by Jeff Green.
And they put 1.2 seconds left on the clock. You know, here you go right here. Boy, I think they put too much time on the clock.
Well,
that should have been less than a second.
Well, they put 1.2. You know, you like to see Deron take that shot maybe a second later, but it's open, you take it, and you win it.
Take it, and that is a game. I mean, that's a 15-footer. That's a very good look. He had Cephalopoulos backing up.
Now here's the danger.
This is the danger. You can see C.J. Miles and Durant underneath the basket. Durant getting leverage right now, so he's going to come off this screen.
1.2 to play. Everybody up in Salt Lake City. It's a 1:29 time. Cephalopoulos again set to inbound. Westbrook is on Williams. Harden's on the court. He's a three-point shooter as well. Cephalopoulos. He wants Durant. Finds him. Takes a shot. Half court. No. And it's overtime in Salt Lake City.
Wow.
That was a 50-footer.
That almost went in.
Right at half court. CJ pushes off, follows. How about a 40?
Yeah.
It looked like a 50.
Even when he's just trying to get it off, he's pretty much on line.
We'll play 5 minutes of overtime. 129 all. Oklahoma City, Utah. It is a buckle-up night in Salt Lake City. Overtime. So the Thunder are 1-3 in overtime. The Jazz are 2-0. And let's hope it runs a 3-0. Green will jump against Millsap. And the tip controlled. Westbrook runs it down. 5 minutes of overtime. Here we go. Westbrook stops and pops. Jumper off the rim. Boozer tips it out. And Wesley Matthews with the rebound. I'd say Matthews is a competitor. Jazz win tonight. It's on to second place in the West. A loss would drop them to 5th. That ball is kicked out of bounds with 12 on the shot clock.
You say they immediately tried to post up Westbrook. He has 5 fouls. And Matthews has 5 fouls as well.
So the picket fence, they line it up. Out front, Williams wants the 3. Durant runs out at him. 10 on the shot clock. 4.5 to play in overtime. Millsap guarded by Green.
Well, they want Boozer to come get the ball.
Contact, put it up. There's no foul. Now a reach in. Millsap contact right at the jumper. And Paul's going to be whistled, and that's it. That's 6 on Millsap.
Memo's going to have to come back in. And Memo, you see, he tries to draw the foul here. You find, and it was just too late. I mean, Green was already on the floor when Millsap jumped into him.
7th time this season Millsap is fouled out. Durant stops. Jumper? No. Oh, the rebound. Westbrook short. Memo's there. Everybody on the floor. Who's got it?
Got to be Jazz ball because look at Westbrook had to go out of bounds first. No?
And Jerry Sloan's pondering that same question. I think that, you know what? You got to huddle up because you're right. If Westbrook's the first man out of bounds, then it's got to be Jazz basketball.
Absolutely. That's my thinking.
Well, the replay shows it's off Memo, so Vince Salvatore and his crew got it right. Green working against Okur. He'll stop, turns, fires, no. The rebound to Boozer. Here comes Darren Williams. Williams to 37. Leaves it for Carlos. Matthews on the dribble to drive. Slices inside. Ball is batted away. No foul. We got 2 men down. On the breakaway, Harden is hit hard by Williams.
And Wesley Matthews wanted a foul. That's going to be Darren's 3rd. See Matthews, he goes up strong. Not strong enough.
Green got a piece. And now free throws for Harden. No. .82% from the line for the rookie from Arizona State. One more. Breaks the tie. Harden with 12 points off the bench in 25 minutes. Jazz down 1 in overtime. Three and a half to play. Boozer sets the screen. They give it off to Matthews. Oh, the rookie!
Well, he has made big play after big play tonight. That was huge. Now the Jazz have a 2-point lead. You notice how the game has slowed down here a little bit, especially with the Thunder.
14 for Wesley Matthews. Westbrook on the dribble. He'll stop and pop. Jumper good for 2. Westbrook. And we're tied at 132. 27 for Russell Westbrook. Nearly halfway through the overtime. Inside. Boosh! Blocked. Durant. Tipped. Chased. Saved. And it's Durant's basketball. Boy, great hustle by the Thunder. 10 blocks on the night by Oklahoma City. Westbrook the bump, no foul. 15 on the shot clock to Durant. Slides it out to Green. Boozer flies out. Green kicks it out. Harden has a look. Harden with 15. The Jazz down 3 as they roll up on 2 minutes of play in overtime. Williams around the screen by Boozer. Flies it out to CJ on the dribble to drive. And put it up. Continuation. Oh, yes.
Boy, what a move here by C.J. Miles. Going strong to his left. And then have to move it to the right hand. And Harden picks up the foul here, but now has have a chance to tie this basketball game up the old-fashioned way.
C.J. Miles coming alive. Scoreless in the first half. 15 here in the second and in overtime. Big free throw, got it. 16 for C.J. Andre Kirilenko still sidelined with that strained left calf, and he's watching a thriller tonight. 135 all in overtime. Under 2 minutes of play. Durant Jump shot, no. Around the rim, O'Carroll the rebound. Boy, that is a rare miss for Durant here in the fourth quarter and in overtime.
You can see he loves that mid-post range, about 15 feet away from the basket. He knows he can jump right over the top of you.
Everybody on their feet in Salt Lake City. 1:30 to play. Williams out front. Slides it back. CJ deep. No.
Wow.
Green climbs the ladder, grabs a rebound.
It's definitely one of the worst possessions the Jazz have had tonight.
Jazz 11 of 19 from downtown, and we're coming the other way. Turnover number 18 by Oklahoma City. Oh, baby, every possession, 102, clock runs, a minute to play. Williams right to left hand, picked up by Durant, looks inside, killer crossover, finds a seam, kick it out. Matthews leaves it for Williams in the corner. Yes! Can you believe it?
Deron Williams. That's 40 points for Deron Williams, and the Jazz have a 3-point lead here. The exact same percentage by both teams. Jazz must not give up any offensive rebounds on this possession.
138, 135 in overtime.
If there's a missed shot, they must not give up offensive rebounds.
Westbrook out front. Durant slips and slides down the paint. There's a whistle. And the foul's going to be called on CJ.
Wow.
Had the arm up, maybe on the hip.
That's so weak.
That's boy.
That's really weak. You know,
Durant is at the line. He's 10 for 10 tonight. 43 points, his 7th 40-point game of the season.
by them getting to the free throw line with the clock stopped, a couple of free throws here, didn't use up the 5 seconds off the clock. It puts the Jazz in a make. They have to score on this possession.
45 for Durant. Here we go, 37 seconds, clock runs. Deron Williams up against Sefolosha on the wing. Memos parked in one corner, Matthews the other. The floor is spread wide open. Williams looks inside the booth, gives it away to CJ. 5 on the shot clock. Deron steps back, 3. Off the rim, and the rebound to Oklahoma City. They can play for the final shot of the win. And a timeout, Westbrook with 14 seconds on the clock.
Knew that had to be a situation where the Jazz needed to score in order to win this basketball game. I mean, that early foul on Durant. This is a 3 on line, and now the defense must win the ball game for him.
So we'll reset it for you. Thunder with a 20 and 1 foul to give. The Jazz with 1 full and 2 20s.
I thought that was a very weak call on C.J. Miles, putting Durant on the free throw line.
Ron, you know the ball has to go to Durant.
Yes.
Utah with the 1-point lead in overtime.
They would definitely put it in Durant's hands, even though Durant has found Green on a couple of occasions, and he's come up with a big 3-point field goal.
Here we go to Durant, guarded by C.J. Miles. 11 down to 10. Wraps it around behind his legs. Nearly threw it away. Jeff Green on the dribble to drive. Hang it up. It's in. 5 seconds to play. The Jazz will have a shot. The Jazz will have a shot.
Boy, what a field goal there, and a great defensive possession there by the Jazz. And even the possession there with Okur on Green made him make a tough shot. Boy, nice D here. And then falling up. But this possession, this is good defense. I mean, this is a tough shot. Not a lot you can do with that. I mean, C.J. Miles does a great job The Jazz need a timeout. 5 seconds.
Well,
They need a game winner.
Well, the game winner inside, you force it and make sure that Oklahoma City has to play defense, or do you try to pop an outside J, take what they give you?
Well, I think you take that open J, but hopefully they have something going inside. The Thunder have done a great job here in the second half anyway, of keeping a man right there in the middle by the free throw line and making it tough for the Jazz to get their pick and roll.
Utah can jump up to number 2 with a win. They'll drop to 5 with a loss. It's that simple. Everybody up in Salt Lake, 139-138. 5 seconds to play. Boozer, Matthews, Miles, Williams, and Okur return for Jerry Sloan.
Jerry Sloan has had to use his starters a lot of minutes tonight.
C.J. Miles will inbound. Cephalosha guards Williams. Green on Boozer. Darren Williams stops, pops, straight away. Oh! Can you believe it? Darren Williams! Darren Williams!
That ball barely buckled the net. That looked like a memo shot there. How high it was up in the air. Darren Williams very high off the floor when he released this shot. Barely buckled the net. This is Jersey Cup. 1.1 seconds left in this basketball game. And Darren hits what we hope is a game winner.
140-139. Right down the barrel. Epic.
What a shot. And the Thunder will have a chance to win it.
Darren Williams, a career night, 42 points, 14 of 23 from the floor, 4 of 7 from behind the arc.
They must force the Thunder to catch the basketball as far away from the basket as possible. Make them make the tough shot.
Time to catch and shoot.
That's exactly right. Not a lot of time to do a lot with the basketball.
Memo will guard the inbound pass that will be thrown in by Cephalosha.
Make sure there's nothing going toward the basket.
They force it outside. Durant fires it up. Block. Jazz win it in overtime.
Durant thought he was fouled. Scott Brooks runs out on the floor, so he thought he was fouled there as well. I mean, they are really going after the officials.
It looked like contact. I will say that. Durant upset. Brooks tries to push him off the floor.
He says Durant.
Was the ball blocked?
I didn't see.
CJ is there.
Got him on the arm. Did he get ball in arm or what? And Scott Brooks is still on the floor, and Durant, who doesn't show a lot of emotion at all when he plays, very upset.
The Jazz move to second place in the Wild West. Courtside, Steve Brown with Darren Williams.
All right, Bowler, thank you very much. Wow, what a finish.
That was a big game for us. We knew the importance of this game just like they did. It was a fun game to be a part of. It feels like it's the playoffs already with the way the West is, and it's just crazy time right now.
You get a career high. I know that's secondary, but what a way. If you're going to get one, this is the way to do it. Talk to me about that last shot that you had.
I just want to make up. I had that turnover in the fourth, and then I thought I had that shot at the end of regulation. Thought it was good, so I had to make up for those two plays.
Is there pressure? Are you guys feeling the pressure as it comes down the stretch?
There's a lot of pressure. There's a pressure on everybody, though. You had four-way tie for second right now, so all these games are so important. we got to get out here and get some rest.
And there
We
isn't
got a long flight. We got a long flight to Houston tonight.
Congratulations, Darren.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, guys, back to you. Wow, what a finish. I mean, like he said, it feels like playoffs already. And in this game tonight, maybe it's a precursor of things to come, but certainly the atmosphere in this building helped carry the Jazz. Back to you.
Nobody wants to leave Energy Solutions Arena. Nobody. 140-139. Booner, too many big shots to list, but Deron Williams came up with the dagger to win it in overtime and finishes with a